It's 2024, and it is time for the Pitbull to make a return to the ring. Only thing is, we wonder exactly who it will be that the Pitbull will face when he returns to the ring in 2024. Because it's now looking like all bets are off as far as Gervonta Tank Davis being the man that he may face. So, what's in store for the Pitbull? And who do you think is going to get that opportunity to face this man when he returns to the ring? Let's talk about it. It's time for another showdown for the Pitbull, Isaac Cruz. It's time for him to come out of the doldrums and get busy in the ring once again. He's noted for his opportunity that we saw him enter the ring against Gervonta Tank Davis. But it's been a minute since that fight. The Davis fight took place in December of 2021. He lost a unanimous decision against a one-handed Gervonta Tank Davis at that time. But he had a taste of the type of money that comes from facing off in a battle like that, which is why he's been clamoring for a rematch ever since. And Cruz, who currently has a record of 25-2 with one draw, 17 KOs, has been a pint-sized fire plug of a fighter that gets in there and gets into his opponent's crawl and really goes at it with hammering hooks, uppercuts, and overhands, looking to apply the pressure and get guys up out of there. He wasn't able to do that against Gervonta, who's a bit more seasoned for that type of activity, but he still was enthralled with the type of circumstances that were changed in his life due to the economy of that fight, or should I say, from that fight. So he seeks that out again, and you can't really blame him. But since the Gervonta fight, he has victories over Yuriorkis Gamboa, which was a 5th round stoppage. He had Gamboa down in rounds 2, 3, and 4, and that fight was in March of 2022. April of 2022. Now, after that, he followed it up with a September 2022 2-round destruction over Eduardo Ramirez, who he had down twice and the fight stopped. But it was his last outing that kind of stands out. A July 2023 fight against Giovanni Cabrera. And in that fight, he struggled to a split decision victory. He was also deducted a point in round 8 for headbutting intentionally. So here we are, as he's tried to wait out the Gervonta Davis gravy train and looking for another opportunity. But when you're waiting around, time passes you by. The Pitbull is 25 years of age right now, and he's only 5'4" with a 63-inch reach. He needs to step up, and he needs to get busy. And according to an article, Boxing News 24, he has turned his attention from the possibility of a rematch against Tank Davis, and now he wants to face Ryan Garcia this coming April. It goes on to say in this article that Cruz insists that Ryan and his promoters want the fight, but Ryan's manager, Lupe Valencia, doesn't want it due to his lack of confidence in him. The 25-year-old Pitbull says Valencia wants an easy fight for Ryan. Some believe Pitbull has been intentionally facing weak opposition in the last 2 years, waiting and hoping for Tank Davis to bless him with a rematch. That hasn't happened, and it was 2 years ago. The only thing he has to show for the time he's been waiting are the wins that I mentioned earlier. And the last win was a split decision. So, what he's going to have to do is change things. And the article goes on to say that you can argue that Cruz's management and decision to put him in against easy opposition to keep him on track for the rematch with Gervonta is backfired. And he hasn't faced the A-level opposition and has not been overly active. What he needed to do is the following: stay active, fighting 3 or 4 times a year, which I agree with. Face quality opposition, I definitely agree with. Be active on social media, that can take a back seat. Give interviews, that could help. And fight in the U.S. Absolutely. That's the thing. He really needs to fight, and he needs to put himself in front of the public. If he thinks that all he can do is wait around for big paydays, he's going to have a big lesson to be learned. And I'll tell you, the fact that the fight that he had against Gervonta is going further and further into the distance, and it's not looking good because he hasn't been in there against opposition that can showcase him not only at his best, but show us that he is worthy of getting in there once again with an A-level talent like a Gervonta Tank Davis. And he's going to have to make a decision if he really wants to step up, or does he just kind of want to fade off into the sunset. It's really up to him. But what do you think? This is Stormy B Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts are about the Pitbull and what should be next for him. Should he be looking to get in there against better opposition and showcase himself several more times a year than he's been doing? Or should he look to get in there and give the audiences what they truly crave? It's an interesting dynamic for an interesting young fighter. The ball is in his court, and he has to make a decision. Time is passing by. He's 25. Before you know it, he'll be 30. What do you think? Peace to everyone out there, and everyone, please remain safe.